Yeah, for sure. I've actually never told this to anyone, but like I obviously grew up in India. Like I've got four sisters. So I've got two older, two younger. And growing up in India, like we didn't really have many opportunities, especially because we used to live in like the very rural part of India. But then my parents moved to New Zealand like about 10, 12 years ago. And I was like, okay, this is really cool. Like there's so much I can do, so many opportunities and stuff like that. And my parents have always kind of been people that just do a lot of hard work. Like they've always been working super, super hard for money for the children and everything like that. And they didn't really mind the fact that I did fashion design. Like they always wanted me to like go do dance, go do, fashion, go do your stuff, just be good at something. So I think that's what kind of inspired me in a way in my background as well. Like my mom used to sew a lot, like she did a lot of fashion stuff and everything. I didn't really learn a lot from her, but I've kind of always been very independent because I did I was pretty much like the parent of my two little siblings. Like my parents weren't around a lot of the time. So I kind of helped them grow up and like it kind of I guess helped me become a bit more independent and like kind of figure things out on my own. Like even in high school, I didn't have a lot of friends. I used to do things on my own and explore what it is that I wanted to do. And I think it's a good thing because a lot of people do complain about, I guess, having shitty parents or having shitty upbringings or sorry, this is weird or like just having a really like I guess bad upbringing with friends or like high school and stuff like that, which I did have. But I think instead of kind of dwelling on that and like sitting and being like, oh, I didn't have a good childhood or blah blah blah, I just kind of used that to inspire me and like spend a lot of time with myself and learn skills on my own without the help of anyone else. And I think that's what's kind of helped me become a bit more independent and try out new things and take risks because I don't have to ask anyone else. I don't have to rely on anyone else and just try out new things. Like I've always loved just trying out things. Like even when I used to work part-time jobs and stuff, I used to just do it for a couple of months and go to a next one because I get bored really easily. And I also just want to try new things and just do different stuff. So I guess it's a mixture of just a lot of pressure from my parents as well as just being alone a lot throughout like my high school journey as well as help like being the older sibling even though I'm like the middle child throughout my whole childhood and everything like that, which gave me a lot of time to kind of reflect and sit with myself and just do a lot of things on my own and just improve on a lot of skills that I could as an individual because I know for sure like a lot of people do tend to spend a lot of time with friends and other people and they don't really explore a lot of their own ideas. They usually just kind of go with the crowd and do things that their friends want to do and stuff like that. I've never been that kind of person. Like I just love doing things on my own. I think that's something that's helped me as well. I do tend to go all over the place when I answer questions, but does that answer?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I love it. I love it. I'm really really curious as well because you mentioned how you had like pressure from your parents and then you had to raise your siblings and everything. And you also mentioned how you always been one where you always been driven. You always sound like you always been driven. Where does that resiliency come from? Like, did you have a mentor that you always kind of like aspired to, that you kind of looked up to you? Like, where does that resiliency, where do you think that foundation comes from?
Mm. I think like it's mainly from I guess a lot of pressure on myself, but also like growing up, I did used to do dance, and I did have I love this girl. Like she did help me a lot with not just dance, but also my mindset and stuff as well. Because after moving to New Zealand and to Wellington, I started working really closely with her, and she used to do a lot of like classes with like working on your mindset, figuring yourself out, your goals out, and we used to spend hours kind of running through our goals, doing yoga, doing mindfulness stuff. And I think that really helped me a lot. And she was pretty much like my mentor for like about 2-ish years. And that helped me a lot. And then I started this business up and then I got another mentor. So I think that's kind of what's helped me. But it's also just like, I guess, growing up with a lot of pressure from my parents in terms of, because my older sisters, one of them is studying to be a doctor, another one is studied to be an engineer. And I went and did fashion design. So it's nothing that my parents were like, oh, like that's really cool. You're gonna make a lot of money out of it. My parents really, really believe in that. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? You can make money through anything that you actually enjoy. So it's a lot to do with that. I just love listening to people. I think everyone that comes into your life is a mentor. Like you can quite literally learn from anyone and everyone. So whenever I do talk to people, whenever I listen to people, I always have my ears open. I'm like always willing to learn. And I think that's kind of what's helped me as well to shift my mindset around quite a lot as well. But yeah, I would say like that mentor or that dance teacher that I did have throughout like when I was 17, 18, 19, like in between those years really helped me quite a lot in terms of just figuring myself out, my goals out and everything like that. So yeah, that's something I'm really grateful for her as well.